Hello and welcome to another episode of the Women Can Do Show. I am your host, Rochelle, and I have with me the
Hello.
beautiful, yay,
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
of course. And just so for our viewers, she is an event host, media correspondent, and she's part of the team at Her GRRUV Magazine.
Yes.
Um, so I am just excited to have you on the show. How have you been?
I've been good. I've been doing all the things, all the events. It's been a crazy summer.
Yeah. Let's see what happened. Went blink.
Sorry about that.
There you
Tia
are.
from her group, she's calling me right now.
I'm
She's
like, she's
probably
coming back. She's coming back.
yeah. She's probably trying to see, is she on the interview right now?
No,
Hold
she
on.
comes on. I bring her in at 6:30.
Okay. I think she's texting to make sure I'm here.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
But no, it's been an amazing summer. Things have really started just taking off, and it's just been amazing, honestly.
Yeah, yeah. So, first of all, to our viewers, welcome. I guess welcoming me back online. I think we had in-person interviews, some of our pre-recorded interviews. So I think I've been online maybe 2 weeks ago. But anyway, to our viewers, welcome back. I want to thank you all for tuning in. I hope you all had a wonderful Wednesday, and I am excited about this episode. And I'm praying that someone will receive something from what these two queens. So this is a two-part episode. The first half, I'm going to be interviewing Yay, and then next, I'm going to bring on the owner of Her GRRUV Magazine. So
Hmm.
let's get into it. So, just to give you a little background about this magazine, this platform, Her GRRUV Magazine is a vibrant platform designed to celebrate and support women creatives across various industries. The focus is on providing top notch branding and marketing service to help women entrepreneurs elevate their brands, grow their businesses, and connect with their ideal audiences. So, our topic today, of course, first we're going to do a recap of Restored and Ready, which is our fifth annual Women Empowerment Conference at I Can Do. And
So
for
much fun.
those who were there, you should know by now. If you remember her face, she was the red carpet correspondent. So I had to bring her on the show. So let's get into it. Um,
Let's do it.
so before we get into that, I just want you to let everyone know who you are and what you do and your background.
Absolutely. Well, my name is Yay, and as you just said, I am an event host and media correspondent. I actually got started in media years and years ago. My journey actually started on the stage. I was doing theater performances, and I've done literally anything you can imagine as far as theater goes. I've done it,
Mhm.
which is great. I've worked with a
Wow.
lot of big names, even Irma P. Hall, which we lovingly refer to as Big Mama from Soul
Yeah.
Food.
Yeah.
She was amazing. She actually mentored me for a few years and helped me get my start in the theater world, which was amazing. And then
Wow.
from there, I actually got started doing media correspondence while working with a startup called GoPuff. You may be familiar with it now because it's now all over the
Yeah.
nation. But I was with them when it was just a little startup, and I was doing interviews, and one of my interviews ended up taking off and still to this day is doing numbers, which is wild to me 10 years later.
Wow.
Over almost 10 million views, still
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
And so then from there, I was like, well, maybe I have a knack at this. I love being on stage, I love performing, but I also love connecting with people and hearing
Mm.
their stories. And so, how can I put myself in a position to do that? So, I started working with a few online magazines back in Dallas, Curvature Magazine, Diamonds and Wood Magazine. I actually interviewed Kendrick Lamar before he like completely
Blew
blew
up.
up. which was crazy to me because I didn't know who he was at that time. And one of my friends was like, "Oh my God, that's Kendrick Lamar," and I was like, "I don't know who that is." And so from there, I just looked for any opportunity to put my name out there, to interview, to do any guest spots, or even just like coming and helping people. That's one of my
Mhm.
favorite things to do. And one of the ways I've found
She went out again. Hold tight, people. I think she's having some technical difficulty. And as you all can see, she shared a lot already. So I can't wait to share my experience working with her. Let's see, I may have to bring her back in. Yes, we'll just wait for her to come back in. So if you need to get up and grab some water, some tea, some coffee, the time is now. You have time to do that now while she tries to reconnect to get back in. And again, I apologize for these technical difficulties. Sometimes they happen, and it is what it is. Let me bring her back in.
I am
There we
so sorry.
go.
Technical
Yep,
difficulties.
I said that's what I just let the viewers know. Hey, it happens. It is what it is. We're back on.
We're back. We're back. But yeah, I mean, long story short, I've always saw myself doing something on camera, being a part of telling stories.
Mhm.
And it's just been something that's really important to me. And any opportunity that I can to do so, I've done that. I've worked with brands like GoPuff, BET. I did a correspondent role for HBO before the Insecure Fest, which was really,
Mhm.
really exciting. So any way that I can connect with people, especially Black women,
Yeah,
I'm going to.
yeah, yeah,
And now here I am with Her Groove, and it's been amazing working with Tia. She is just a mastermind, and I love that she really champions women, especially Black women, and just
yeah,
uses her platform to uplift them. It's just amazing, and being able to be a part of that is all I can ask for.
yeah. Well, I want to tell you, I can attest to you being, like you said, you just like to kind of connect with people and help. And so just to our viewers, if you just tuned in, Ye was our red carpet correspondent at our fifth annual I Can Do Women Empowerment Conference that we just had on Saturday, August 2nd. It was a powerful event. And one of the many comments about you is just how you were so warm. You were engaging with the guests. You were even helping. I think the panelists needed someone. They wanted to record something on their phone. I saw you kind of run over there to kind of like,
Yes.
hey, I can do that. And so that really, it's funny that you say that that's you because that is you. That was my experience of you.
Yes, I mean, any way that I can be a helping hand. I think I even refilled a couple of lemonade glasses.
Yeah,
I was like, "Girl, we're here to have a
you
good
were
time."
all over the place.
It's amazing, and I think that as you said, I'm happy that you recognize that because honestly,
Yeah,
that is me through and through. Whether it's for a job or whether it's for money or anything like that, and I find
yeah.
that if you truly do, and this is something that I actually heard at the event is if you are leaning into your passions and being who you are and
Mhm.
whatever your definition of success is, more opportunities will come to you, more love will come to you. And so just leaning into that, that's really all I strive to do.
Yeah, yeah. So what was your takeaway from the conference overall?
Overall, honestly, it's what I just said. The figuring out what success is to
Mm,
me, that
yeah.
is the biggest takeaway that I got that day because it really made me, and I still think about it sometimes at night when I'm like, okay, well, what did I do today that I'm proud of, that is pushing me
Mm,
towards my goal? And I had to stop after like that event, and I went home and I really was thinking about it. What does success mean to me? Because you see all of these different people doing all these different things, and you
yeah,
may see someone who is catapulting into the spotlight, or they're making all this money, or
right.
they have all of these followers, and you start to feel like I'm not doing enough, or
Yeah,
I'm not worthy, or what I'm doing isn't successful. But even just hearing what you said and how other people saw me and how they took me in, I think to me, that is success. And
yes.
so kind of going back and like redefining that to myself in these past couple of weeks has been honestly, I don't want to tear up, but it's kind of been life changing for me.
Wow, wow. That's well, I'm gonna tell you that just like melted my heart. To know because you were there, to do a job, right? To
Mhm.
as the red carpet correspondent. But my prayer with the conference is always that everybody, even the people that are working, the people that are serving, you know what I mean, the food or whatever,
Mhm.
is that everybody can kind of can tune in, at some point, stop what they're doing and really receive something from it. So that is a
Yes.
blessing. That means a lot to me for you to even say that,
Yes.
you were impacted that way by it.
It touched me so much. And even
Yeah.
when the panelists were telling their testimonies and
Yes.
everything that they went through and had to
Yeah.
overcome and still just persevered and went through it. I
Yeah.
mean, we live in Los Angeles. It's a very, very grind culture. It's very
Yeah.
hustle, hustle, hustle. And it's very expensive. And it's very hard to try to get through all of those obstacles. And I myself, like, it's just so timely that this event happened and that I was one of the correspondents for you guys because
Mhm.
I actually hit my 10-year anniversary in Los Angeles 2 weeks ago, a couple of days
Really?
after. Yeah. And
Wow.
I was just like, I had to stop and think about all of the obstacles that I've had to overcome,
Yeah,
friends
yeah,
that came out here with me that are no longer here, and me just having to persevere through and still feeling like there's so much more that I want to do. And the fact that I'm able to continue to lead with a grateful heart and to still
yeah,
be there for other people and to still show up as my authentic self. Again, to me, I had to redefine what success meant to me. And so now, when before that, I was feeling like, oh, it's been 10 years. I'm still not exactly where I want to go. And I'm being so down on myself. I
mm,
had to really take a step back after the event and think, like, no, girl, you're doing it.
you're
10
doing
years? That's amazing. And I just had to give myself some flowers at that time. And so I
yeah.
don't think I would have been thinking that had I not heard from your panel.
Wow. And and I'm glad you said that because it's so important to do that. I posted one day and I one day I was encouraging someone, they were down or whatever. And I'm like, do you know that you're that girl? And I posted about this one day. Like, you got to take a step back sometimes and say, you know what? I am that girl.
Yes. 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 And you
Yeah.
can do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They say, take the time to smell your roses. It's like it's
Yes.
okay. It's not, you know what I mean? Some people look at that like as a bad thing, like, oh, I shouldn't be celebrating myself. It's like, no, if you don't, who is? And
Exactly.
for me,
Exactly.
it fuels you. It's like a refuel to keep you going. Sometimes, like you said, you took
100%.
that step back and like, you know what, I did accomplish something because as women we go through that. I
Mm-hmm.
where I've kind of, even with the I Can Do organization, there were times where was kind of like, wow, have I done, what have I done so far? And somebody else had to tell me, like, do I need to print out a list of everything that you've done in this organization and hadn't even, and this was like a year ago when I had this moment, right? And one of my good friends had to like point that, like, are you kidding me? Like you've done this, you've done that, So I get it. Like we can be our biggest critic. Women,
Yes.
we're hard on ourselves. And
Hmm.
so I myself even had to learn that. Like, no, you know what? It's okay to pat yourself on the back.
Yes. And
It's
that I
okay, like
did.
to say I'm that girl. You know what I mean? It's okay.
Hmm.
It's like I believe in celebrating others. I believe in, even if
Yes.
someone is giving me accolades, um, my response is always going to be include somebody else.
100%.
And that's just who I am, right? But at the same time, I did have to learn to, like you did, take that pause and like, you know what? No, you did a good job.
Yep. And that's actually another thing that I learned from one of your amazing panelists too, because
Wow.
it was the 10-year anniversary. And so I'm thinking, I want to go out and I want to celebrate and I want to do all the things. And a voice in my head, and I didn't realize whose voice it was until the day after, but a voice in my head said, no, you need to rest. And I was like, where did that come from? I don't know. I'm thinking it was my mom. And then the next day, I actually remembered, I was like, no, that was Pastor Wright. She told me that. We
Yes,
were talking about
Andrea.
how important it is. Yes, how
Yes,
important it is to just rest and to just be in that silence and see what comes up for you. So when I tell you that's literally what I did, I didn't go anywhere. I turned my phone off and I
yeah,
just rested
yeah.
all day. And that was my celebration for myself.
I know that. Ooh.
It was amazing. It was exactly what I needed,
Yes,
honestly.
that is a beauty. And it's funny because you say that, because just like we say, what does success look like for,
Yes.
success looks different for everybody. But for you, your celebration was, I'm going to rest.
Yep.
And what I'm going to tell you, I've done, it's the most beautiful thing. It's like,
Hmm.
and some people think like, oh, you got to be out all the time, or you got to be, doing all of this. For me, it's that.
Yep.
It's that. It is that.
Yeah. I just thought like if there's one thing that I can do for myself right now that would really help me, it's going to be that. It's not going to be going off around the city and ordering, all these mimosas, which is what I
Right.
was going to do. It's seriously looking into myself, reflecting on the last 10 years, seeing what the next 10 years could possibly look like and how that
Yeah.
would, be successful for me or what I really want to do truly. And it was literally the best 24 hours of, I don't even know, like since 2020 probably.
Yeah. Right. That's a, and listen, congratulations on 10 years. And
Thank
I
you.
want to say, because everything that you said that you've done is, to me, that's big. Like
Mm,
to work with, the actress on Soul Food, you know what I mean? To
yeah.
do things for BET, to be on these different platforms, like you should be celebrating.
And that's that imposter syndromes, like even
Imposter,
I know sitting here hearing it, I'm like, that is big, that's major. But
that's
then to
major.
me, I tell myself, oh no, that's not enough or that's not
Yeah,
good enough. And I
yeah,
really have started to reshift my brain and just rethink all my entire perspective
yeah,
on
yeah,
what that means. And it's honestly been really freeing.
yeah, yeah. That's beautiful. So, what is your role? Share with everyone, what is your role at Her Group Magazine?
At Her Group Magazine, I am a media correspondent. So, whenever there are different events going on around the city, I will go out and do interviews, red carpet interviews. I will also do recap videos. I think Tia will be sharing some of those with you as well from the
Mhm.
event. And it's really amazing. I get to go onto the red carpets and I get to go around the event and just interview people, hear their stories, share their stories out to the world. And it's been really, really amazing. I've actually known Tia for a little bit. She's actually in my organization. So I have a nonprofit called Sisters of LA, where
Okay.
again, all about women empowerment and connecting people together within the city. And that's how I met Tia. And it's just
Wow.
been amazing. Women
Yeah.
helping women.
Tell us about that. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
Development.
we are a 501(c)(3 and nonprofit here in Los Angeles. It's called Sisters of LA. You can find us on Facebook or Instagram. I will say we are I would say most what's the word? present on
Mhm.
Facebook if you are looking to connect. And this is anything you need. I'm telling you, there is a Black woman who can do it for you. If you need a
Mhm.
media correspondent, we
Yeah.
have them. If you need a
Wow.
realtor, a hair braider, a nanny, someone to come and organize your closet, whatever the case is, there is a Black woman there that you can connect with. Even if you're just looking for a friend, we actually partnered with a therapy organization, which was amazing. And so we had sister circles where we would do like mini therapy sessions. We
Wow.
actually sent a few women to therapy last year and the year prior, completely free, which was really great because I feel like mental health is definitely something that we
Mm.
as Black women don't talk enough about. And
Yes.
so being able to provide that for them is amazing. And we just really tried to connect Black women in Los Angeles, whether you are a transplant or if you are a local and have been here your whole life, there is someone there that you can connect with or a business that you can, gain something from. And so
Yeah.
that's really all I try to do. Again, I'm all about connecting with others and connecting people together and hearing their stories and learning more about them. And I absolutely love it. So if you are interested in joining, it is called Sisters of LA, Sisters with an AS of LA, and we would love to have you.
Yeah. Oh, and that is so needed because it's funny. I always see people on Facebook in search of this, in search of
Yes,
that. And I do find uh some of those Facebook groups are very resourceful.
very, very
Very
resourceful.
resourceful.
Yeah.
Very resourceful.
And that was something that I started really off of a whim. It was
Mhm.
right after 2020. And I remember seeing a post on Facebook where someone was looking for, some girls to go to brunch. And they were like, I need human connection. And
Mhm.
I looked at that post and there were almost 300 people commenting. And I said, wow, there is a need for this. So what can I do to help bridge that gap? So I started Sisters of LA. And when I tell you, not even 2 weeks later, there was like 1,000 women in the group, and everyone was, wanting to do events and all of these things. And we've partnered with, like I said, therapy organization, fitness coaches. We've done so many different things to bring women together in the city. And I mean, the success stories from that and people being able to get a job or find something that they really needed, it's really been a great resource, even for myself, because I'm like,
Yeah.
I didn't know half of this stuff existed. This is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. Wow. So you said you're a red carpet, right? A media correspondent.
Yes.
Um, so going from acting, doing stage right into that, what was that a hard transition, or are you just naturally um people? Well, I'm going to tell you this. I've been doing the show since December 2023,
Mm,
and so someone approached me about doing, media, doing press, for different events, being a correspondent. I'm like, they just thought, it was just them like, you should, like, you're really good and you should do this. And I, so I did it. I did the first one, I think it was last month at this event. And it was like natural. Like I
hmm.
loved it because it was like that, the connecting.
Yes.
That's what made me think about that when you mentioned about how when you go, you're there to do red carpet, but your goal is to also, connect with other women. So it for me, my experience was powerful because of the connecting. And it was
Yeah.
so like warm, like I wasn't nervous. I was, of course, warmly welcomed, to the event. But I loved it. It wasn't like a hard transition for me. I thought it would be because I'm
Mm-mm.
like, it's different than if you're sitting down one on one, because I do in person interviews right at our studio in LA,
Mm.
and so that's easy for me. That's simple, and even this, it's simple. So it's different when it's an event,
Mhm.
But like I said, it wasn't really a hard transition for me. So what was that like? Was that from again transitioning from stage to doing that? What was that transition like?
I don't think it was hard for me
Mhm.
necessarily. The hardest piece for me was getting used to just hearing my voice back. Because, theater shows, it's live. It's not recorded. I don't have to worry about later, oh, how did that sound? Or did
Yeah,
I look okay? Or whatever the case is. I'm just living in the moment. So that was the hardest part of the transition for me. But other than that, I definitely don't get nervous when it comes to anything like that because, again, it goes back to the connection piece. The secret sauce, I feel like for me, and you might resonate with this too, is if you go into it thinking, oh, I'm just here for a job and I'm going to ask these questions and I'm going to go home,
hmm
you are missing out. You're missing the key element of what you need to
yeah,
make that interview pop. What's going to
yeah,
make it pop is if you are truly listening, actively listening to what whoever's talking to you, taking that in, and then even putting it to your own life and saying, okay, well, how does this affect me? How can one question lead to another question and to another question? So it becomes this organic conversation
yeah,
rather than an interview. So I
yeah,
find that if I lean into that and I really focus on just the connection piece, everything else falls into place.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, and I'm gonna tell you that's what it was for me. Like I didn't, it wasn't the scripted. I didn't
Yeah.
have questions. I knew why I was going. I knew about the organization. It was a breast
Mm-hmm.
cancer awareness event. So I knew, what it was about. But I didn't necessarily know who I was interviewing.
Mm-hmm.
So again, because I was able to kind of just kind of mingle and kind of connect, it's like, okay, I want to know more about her.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it wasn't it. I thought it would be because I'm like, okay, that's different because that's a big event. It's a lot of. It's going to be more people. It's not just the one-on-one thing. But
Mm-hmm.
you're right. It was an easy transition. But again, I think it's your personality too. You know what I mean? Like you got to kind of have it.
Yeah. Yeah, because it definitely comes across on camera if you're nervous or if
Yeah,
you don't believe in what you're saying, if you don't believe in what you're doing, then that
yeah,
definitely comes across. And I think something too that also helps is just making sure that you're prepared. So
yeah,
like you said, you know what the event is, doing a little bit of research, coming prepared, making sure that you know a little bit about who you're interviewing so that way
right.
the conversation can just really flow.
Yeah,
Otherwise, it does get a little bit complicated.
yeah,
So I love it. I mean, I don't think for me, again, the transition was really easy. My personality, I'm just like, oh, I'm here. Let's do it. I don't get nervous unless I'm on a roller coaster. So me and social anxiety have never met.
hmm hmm yeah, yeah, yeah. I could totally because, like I said, you were so comfortable. Well, I am excited. I thank you for coming on. I see Tia. I think she's in.
Hi, Tia. I thought I
Yeah.
just saw her pop in too.
Oh yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you so much for having me. I
Yep.
really enjoyed every
And I
moment.
and I again I thank you that on that day and on social media, but I want to publicly thank you for what you brought, okay, for the value that you added to our fifth annual conference. I mean, you were amazing. Like I said, I didn't just notice you, other people noticed you. And it was just you being who you are. So I thank you for that. I pray God's blessings over your next 10 years. I'm excited to see what's next for you. And we will definitely be connecting after this. So,
Yes.
yep,
Yes.
yep.
Thank you so much.
All right.
I had an amazing time. Thank you guys.
Bye. Hi, Tia.
Hi.
All right, people. Now we look. We did a wardrobe change. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I am well. So to our viewers, now we had media correspondent and event host Ye on. She's also from Her GRRUV Magazine. So now we have transitioned and we have the owner of Her GRRUV Magazine,
Yes.
Tia. So welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
So what first of all, just kind of tell us who you are outside of her roof, who you are, where you're from.
Okay. Outside of Her GRRUV, I am Tia Williams. I am a mother of two. I am from the East Coast and moved to the West Coast about 3 years ago.
Okay.
Um, Outside of Her Groove, I do a lot of creating, cooking, DIY stuff. That's what I do on my free time.
So you're just a natural creative.
Yeah, yes, I am.
I love it. So what led you to start? Let's get into that. What led you to start the Her Group Magazine platform? Just kind of, I kind of gave a description of what it is. So if you can just share uh, what led you to start it, and then the vision and mission of the platform.
Yes. What led me to start it was I moved from the East Coast, like I mentioned, to the West Coast. And when I moved here, I didn't know anyone. So I, at that time, was a branding and marketing, I guess you call it, strategist. So
Mhm.
I would help a lot of brands with their branding and their marketing. And then I got here and I had no clients. So I'm like, how will I be able to get clients? So I decided to start a community of basically sharing other entrepreneur women stories.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, I can make this into a magazine. I can take submissions. I can have the lady. I'm sorry. Can you one moment? I apologize.
That's okay.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Your mom first. I know.
Yes, mom first.
I get it.
No, that's it. Okay. So I decided to start a community of women entrepreneurs and build a magazine around that to display, who they are, what their brand is, and it kind of gave me opportunity also to showcase who I was and what I, can showcase and serve for them or offer them.
Yeah.
Um, so when I started the events, which are my collab fest events, I decided to do that because it brought the community to me, to the magazine.
Hmm.
It gave them opportunity to meet me and my team.
Yeah.
So we was able to create free events. We've been doing free events since about April.
Hmm.
So just events to bring the community together. And we just had our third one yesterday, and it was amazing. We had an opportunity to do some giveaways, meet women that we never met before because a lot of them was people I just met off, social media.
Yeah. Yeah.
They to me in person. So it was overall a free event. The collaborations, partnerships, sponsorships was all free as well. So
That's that's first of all, it's awesome that you have because a platform like that is needed. I know when I went on you guys' website, I saw all of the many things that you do, and it's about bringing women together. Creating that space for these collaborations because you never know. Like Ian Ye just talked about, you never know who needs who. What this person may need. You know what I mean? What you
right.
have. So it's important to bring all of those people in one room. You know what I mean? Like I
It
think that
is.
is
Yes.
it's needed and it's powerful. It's definitely needed in LA.
Definitely needed. Because like I mentioned when I got here, I was looking for not just, black women,
Hmm.
but overall women cultures
Yeah,
that own a business. But I did want to look for the black community because when I got here, I couldn't find our community.
yeah, yeah.
Didn't know where we were, so I just started posting on social medias like Instagram and Threads. And
Wow.
that's pretty much how Her Groove has been growing from Instagram and Threads.
And you know what? That was one of the questions that I have to ask you is what how is social has social media been beneficial in creating, spaces for women in media, in particular Black women in media? Has that, you know what I mean? Like now you see more opportunities for women in
Right.
media. Do you think that is because of social media?
I think so. I
Yeah,
do. And the
yeah.
reason why I say that is because I guess I would say from studying research from what I am doing,
Hmm.
my numbers are like super high for engagement, interest, people wanting to collaborate, partnership.
Yeah,
I definitely would say social media is a big part of it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
So
mean, media.
yeah.
Yeah.
So was there someone like that influenced you to like step into this arena? Was there anyone in particular? Like you like growing up, we all have that person like that you look up to or that you admire, and it's like, man, I want to do
Mhm.
that when I grew up. Did you ever have that someone?
Honestly, it was a sit down, sit. No, no, you may not. Go sit. Honestly, it was a lot of different women.
Mhm.
Because I am a social media manager, so well, that's one of the things that I do with the
Right.
agency that I no longer do now, but
Yeah.
I know how to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I'm sorry. Okay, I just grabbed it. It's a lot of different women.
Mm.
So and I use social media for that to connect with women. So I definitely think, yeah, I definitely think it's a lot of different women.
So, how do you feel about like the current state of representation of women in media? Because we know historically, we haven't had those opportunities. Um, Even like now, you see, more women commentators, sports commentators. You know what I mean? Like, so,
Um,
what are your thoughts on that? Um, do you
um,
think we've come far, or do you think we have still have a long way to
I
go?
think we have come very far. Like I see now WNBA players that are retired that are on,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, basket sports news. I see a lot of our culture on just local news,
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
and that's overall just media too. So I think, I mean, being out here in LA, we have women making movies, women making like small skits. So
Yeah,
I definitely think that we are there.
yeah, yeah.
And the more we just continue to stay connected and sharing and collaborating,
Power in numbers.
that's how we grow.
Power and numbers. And that, again, that's why I said that about that platform like that, like yours, how you have these collab fests and everything, how that's needed, to bring us together. Because nobody, I don't care who you are, you cannot do it alone. The most successful person did not get there on their own.
Right. They had an idea, but
Yeah,
they didn't get
yeah,
there alone. Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. So, what has been one of your biggest challenges, if any? Um,
Um, I guess you would say if you read Her Groove issue 4, you'll kind of know about my story. I was the cover on issue 4.
okay.
I guess you would say my challenge would be stability.
Hmm.
Um, but now that I have it, I have been 8 months consistent in something that I wanted to grow. So that was my only challenge. And now that I'm over that and I'm healing and pushing forward,
Yeah.
I can now almost hit a year at consistently doing something that I enjoy and have always wanted to do.
And that I was gonna ask you that, is that like your passion? Um, and I think, and because you, like you said, this is maybe one of the things you've been consistent at for 8 months. So to be consistent at it, you gotta love it. You know what I mean? Like, and
Right.
I always say that, like, you gotta love what you do in order to be consistent at it, in order to succeed at it. You gotta be passionate about it.
Right, definitely. You have to. And I am very passionate about it. I started I started the idea of having my own magazine when I was like 17.
Wow.
I did one issue and then I just stopped, and I was in sports, so I just stopped and focused on sports. So it was always there. And it was the perfect opportunity to do it by moving to LA
Yeah.
and not knowing anyone. So it was a perfect
Mm.
opportunity to do that.
I mean, that's big. You got your own magazine. Like,
Not published yet, but it is self-published, and
it's listen.
I have plans for it to be in bookstores and
Yeah, I
local.
can see it. No, I went on and I went through like some of the features that you had, and what was so, here again, beneficial. It's like you're providing what people need. Like, everyone that you had featured on there, like someone can go to your website and if they're looking for this, for a stylist, you know
Right.
what I mean? A braider, if you're looking for some kind of cosmetics, or something with fashion, whatever, you can go to your site and find it. Like, I'm going to tell you, I went on there and I found some people that
And you know what? Even from some of
I'm
my
going to be honest.
Even for some of my features, the women that I featured came back and said they got leads
Yeah.
from just their story.
No, I'm telling you, I'm going through it and I'm like, oh wow, I want to try this. You know what I mean? Like, I could
Right.
it's unique in how you have it set up. Like, I think that is so. The first of all, the site is beautiful. And again, it is unique in how you set up, because you, again, these are entrepreneurs, or these are businesses, women, that other women need their resources. And again, like I said, I'm just going on there because I'm just trying to find out more about the magazine and you all. And I'm on there like, wait a minute, okay, let me get her website. Let me follow this person on Instagram. Let me do, you know what I mean?
Right. And I need their resources to be able
Yeah,
to grow the magazine. So
exactly. Yeah, that, I think that is so powerful. So what do you do outside of the magazine? Like, what do you do in your pastime? Like, what do you do for you? When you do please tell me that you make time for you. Please tell me that.
sometimes, but honestly, since I've been here, no.
You've been busy.
I've been on grind mode.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but it's coming, and I'm already planning it. Like
Mhm.
certain things that I would like to do for me, as
Yeah,
far as I'm 32, so I have
yeah,
some things I want to do. So
yeah.
I do have some stuff planned.
I encourage it. And even in your busyness now, just take an hour. You know what I mean? Like, take that. I always say,
Well,
take the phone.
I am starting something that I had at Collab Fest yesterday. I had
Mhm.
a Pilates instructor come out,
Okay.
and she demonstrated some Pilates.
Yeah.
So I decided to join the demonstration,
Okay.
and I have a yoga mat from the event. So that can be motivation for me to
That's a
just
start.
go ahead
Yeah.
and do that.
Yeah. And it's just like, just something just like that. Just think about, like, we have 24 hours in a day.
Right.
You can spare that hour for yourself.
Definitely.
So
Yep.
good. I'm glad you were able to, add that into your schedule.
Right.
So what advice would you give you're young, you're 32, that 18-year-old that is inspired by what you're doing and want because you say you were 17, right? When you
When I
were
had the idea to do that, yeah.
yeah. And so what would you what advice now that you've done it and you've been in this, for a while, you have some experience, what advice would you give that 17 or 18-year-old girl who wants to, go into this or go into media?
I would say definitely you have to stay consistent,
Hmm.
because building something where you are needing other people to be able to create what you are trying to present, you have
Yeah.
to stay consistent. You have to have very good communication with your features and
Yeah.
ads, and you have to be organized.
Yeah.
I just literally, on my 8th month, I literally got separate books for Collab Fest,
Yep.
magazine features, my meetings. Everything has to be separated
Has to
because
be,
you cannot clash it.
because it all run together. If it's not,
Yep. So that is some things that I would give, and definitely, if it's something that you definitely want to do, I definitely say do it.
yeah.
It's very powerful to be able to meet other women and share their stories
Yeah.
and the products that they make or the merch that they make
Yeah.
or some of the things that you don't even think that you might need or even want or know that's out there.
Yeah.
They find it.
Yeah. Yeah. And it is. We have an annual I do an annual women empowerment pop-up shop where I
Hmm.
have, all of these women-owned businesses that are just kind of starting out.
Right.
And I get rent a facility and we have a pop-up shop.
Hmm.
And you're right, you get to meet, like, I can go to each booth. Like there's one that makes this cream that nobody has. You know what I mean? Like it's like you
Yeah.
never know with bringing them all in one room. Like you get there's things there that you needed that you didn't know that you needed, but because you're in that space, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
there's power in that. So
Yeah.
I love what you do. I love your platform. I love the mission. I love what you stand for. It's very powerful. And it is creating impact. Um, so tell us what anything you have coming up. I know you just had the Collab Fest.
Okay. I just had collab. Say it again. Sorry.
You have any other events coming up?
Yes. September, I have a couple virtual events coming up. 17th and I believe 19th.
Hmm.
Um, but I make sure I update you guys with that. And then I do have another Cloud Fest on the 29th of September, and that
Okay.
will be Cloud Fest number 4.
Okay. Okay.
And these will be my first two virtual events. The first one would be Collab Fest virtually,
Hmm.
because it's a lot of women can't make it
Right.
to LA, so
You know this.
I decided to do it virtually. And then the next one would be a branding and marketing workshop. So it's the first one. I would kind of like to go over some things, educate some people on some.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Wow. And then so those are your two virtual. And then you said the next Collab Fest is September
29th,
29th. Okay. Okay.
and it's in LA as well.
In LA. Okay. I definitely got to be there.
Yes, I'm getting ready to put RSVP in. I'm getting ready to open it soon.
Oh, good. Okay.
I just want to drop a couple more things content wise, and
Yeah.
then I'm gonna open up RSVP soon.
Okay. Okay. Amazing. Well, I want to thank you and Ye so much for coming on the platform. We enjoyed her at our conference. And I enjoyed having you both on today.
Right.
So I just want to thank you for coming on to the show. It's been a pleasure. And again, I love what you're doing. Your website is beautiful. It's very resourceful. Again, like I said, I was able to, I'm browsing through it for one reason, and I'm able to pull some
Right.
resources from it.
And actually, me and Yi met through Facebook. She started a community on Facebook called Sisters of LA.
Yeah, she mentioned that. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's actually how we met.
Oh, you guys met. Wow.
And when I posted that I needed a media correspondent on Threads, she reached out.
Wow.
So that's how we got connected.
What I mean, there it is, right there.
Right. So I'm glad that everything worked out where she can come and be able to create that for you guys.
Oh yeah, she was amazing. Everybody loved her. She was amazing. So it was a pleasure for you all to be represented, especially this was our 5th annual, so it was a big thing. Right. So you all will be in our history books.
Thank you. We plan on posting as soon as I get off live. We got some things to post for you guys.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay. Well, again, thank you for coming on. I want to thank you to our viewers for tuning in. We had a part 1 and part 2 today for HER GRRUV Magazine. Please go visit their website. She has so many resources for women on that site. Trust me, I've been on there. I've got some resources. You will not be whatever you need, she's got it on there. So let's get behind this queen. Let's be a part of her amazing events, because again, there's power in numbers. I want to thank you all. God bless you all. Have a great rest of your week. All right. Bye.